Has the financial weight of mesothelioma treatment ever crossed your mind? It's a question that no one wants to ask, but the reality is, it's a hurdle that many mesothelioma patients face. Imagine you've just been diagnosed with mesothelioma. Along with the shock and fear, there's an additional concern: the financial burden. The cost of treating this aggressive form of cancer can be staggering. Mesothelioma treatment isn't just about a single surgery or a handful of prescription medications. It's a long journey that includes numerous doctor visits, various tests and scans, multiple rounds of chemotherapy or radiation therapy, and sometimes even more than one surgery. Each of these steps comes with its own price tag, and these costs can add up quickly, turning the path to recovery into a financial tightrope. And then there are the indirect costs. The gas money for countless trips to the hospital, the meals eaten out because there's no energy left to cook, the loss of income from being unable to work. Even with insurance, the out-of-pocket expenses can be overwhelming. But what's often overlooked in the financial struggle is the emotional toll it can take. The stress of managing medical bills on top of dealing with a serious illness can be debilitating. It's a burden that can weigh heavily on the patient and their loved ones. However, it's crucial to remember that you're not alone in this financial struggle. There are resources out there to help. From insurance coverage to legal compensation, nonprofit organizations to government assistance programs, there are avenues of support available. Understanding the financial burden of mesothelioma treatment is the first step towards managing it. It's a challenge, no doubt about it. But it's a challenge that can be faced with knowledge, planning, and the right support. While the financial challenges may seem overwhelming, there are several avenues of support available. And in the following scenes, we'll explore these avenues in detail to help alleviate the financial burden of mesothelioma treatment. Let's take this journey together. First and foremost, let's delve into the world of insurance coverage. Insurance plays a pivotal role in offsetting the costs associated with mesothelioma treatment. It's a complex arena with various players and policies, but let's simplify it for a moment. There are primarily three types of insurance that come into play: private insurance, Medicare, and Medicaid. Private insurance, as the name suggests, is coverage you obtain through an employer or directly from an insurance company. This can be an essential lifeline covering a substantial portion of your treatment costs. However, the extent of coverage largely depends on the specifics of your plan. Some policies might cover chemotherapy and radiation therapy, while others might include coverage for surgery or experimental treatments. Hence, understanding the fine print of your policy is crucial. Medicare, a federal program primarily for individuals over the age of 65, also covers mesothelioma treatment. It's divided into several parts. Part A covers hospital stays, Part B covers outpatient care, and Part D covers prescription drugs. Most importantly, there's Part C, also known as Medicare Advantage, which combines A, B, and often D, and may offer additional benefits. Medicaid, on the other hand, is a state and federal program for low-income individuals and families. Each state's Medicaid program varies, but most provide coverage for mesothelioma treatment. Insurance policies can be intricate, and navigating them can feel like a maze. But remember, you're not alone. Many hospitals and clinics have financial counselors or social workers who can help you understand your insurance coverage and identify what costs you'll be responsible for. While insurance can be a valuable asset in your fight against mesothelioma, it's important to note that it may not cover all costs. Deductibles, co-payments, and out-of-pocket maximums can add up quickly. That's why it's important to explore all avenues of financial assistance. Though insurance can cover a significant portion of the costs, there are other financial assistance options to explore. Now it's time to navigate the complex terrain of legal compensation. When you hear the term legal compensation, your mind might be filled with images of courtroom battles and lengthy legal procedures. However, it's not always so dramatic. For mesothelioma patients, there are several avenues of legal compensation, each with its own benefits and challenges. First, let's talk about asbestos trust funds. These funds were established by companies that used asbestos and later filed for bankruptcy. They're meant to ensure there's money available for those affected by asbestos exposure. While claiming from these funds can be less daunting than a full-blown lawsuit, it's important to note that the payouts can often be less than what one might receive from a successful lawsuit. Speaking of lawsuits, they represent another path to compensation. Mesothelioma lawsuits can be either personal injury or wrongful death suits. Personal injury suits are filed by patients themselves after they've been diagnosed, while wrongful death suits are filed by the family of a deceased patient. The potential benefit of a lawsuit is the possibility of a larger payout, but they can be time-consuming and require a substantial amount of evidence. Then there are settlements. These are agreements made outside of court where the responsible party agrees to pay the patient a certain amount of money. The advantage of a settlement is that it's usually faster and less stressful than a lawsuit, but it might result in a smaller compensation amount. All these options can seem overwhelming, and it's crucial for patients and their families to consult with an experienced mesothelioma attorney. They can help you understand the intricacies of the process and guide you towards the best option for your particular situation. It's also important to remember that legal compensation isn't a guaranteed solution. Success depends on a variety of factors, including the specifics of your case and the laws of your state. Legal compensation can make a substantial difference, but it's not the only source of financial support. Remember, there are also insurance options, nonprofit organizations, and government assistance programs available. We'll delve into these in the coming scenes. Have you ever considered the role of nonprofit and charitable organizations in your journey? In the complex maze of financial struggles, these organizations can be a beacon of light, offering support in a multitude of ways. They are the unsung heroes, shouldering the burden of financial distress and alleviating some of the hardship that accompanies a mesothelioma diagnosis. Many of these organizations offer grants. These are funds that you don't have to pay back. They can be used for medical costs, travel expenses for treatments, or even daily living costs. It might sound too good to be true, but these grants exist because of the compassion and understanding of those who have walked in your shoes or have seen the toll mesothelioma can take. Another form of assistance comes in the shape of scholarships. These are typically aimed at children or dependents of individuals diagnosed with mesothelioma. It's a way to ensure that despite the challenges at hand, the future generation's education doesn't suffer. Then there are the free services. These can range from counseling and support groups to assistance with transportation and meal preparation. These services are about more than just the financial aspect. They provide emotional support, a sense of community, and they lighten the load of daily tasks that can seem overwhelming during this journey. So how does one tap into these resources? The process begins with research. Look for organizations that cater specifically to your needs. Then reach out. Contact them directly, express your situation, and inquire about their application process. Most of these organizations have a dedicated team that is more than willing to guide you through this process. Remember, it's okay to accept help. It's okay to lean on these organizations. They exist for this very purpose, to offer support during difficult times. Nonprofit and charitable organizations can offer much-needed relief, but there's one more avenue to investigate. Finally, let's turn our attention to the government assistance programs available. In the United States, there are several programs designed to provide financial support to those facing serious health conditions like mesothelioma. First, we have the Social Security Disability Insurance, also known as SSDI. It's a program that provides monthly benefits to individuals who have worked long enough and paid Social Security taxes but are unable to work due to a disability. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may qualify for SSDI. It's important to note, though, that the application process can be complex and requires detailed medical and employment records. Next, we have Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. This program provides financial aid to elderly, blind, or disabled individuals with limited income. Unlike SSDI, SSI eligibility isn't based on your work history, but rather on financial need. For those with mesothelioma, the financial strain can be immense, and SSI could be a valuable resource. Now let's talk about veterans benefits. Did you know that many cases of mesothelioma are linked to asbestos exposure in the military? If you're a veteran diagnosed with mesothelioma, you could be eligible for benefits through the Department of Veterans Affairs. This can include disability compensation, healthcare benefits, and even special monthly compensation in some cases. Remember, each of these programs has specific eligibility criteria and application processes. It's crucial to do thorough research or seek the help of a knowledgeable advocate to ensure you're taking full advantage of the resources available to you. Also, it's important to keep in mind that these are not the only forms of government assistance available. There are numerous state and local programs that might be able to provide additional aid, so don't forget to explore those as well. With these avenues of support, the financial burden of mesothelioma can be significantly lessened. In the face of mesothelioma, financial challenges can seem daunting, but remember, there are several avenues to ease this burden. Insurance coverage, legal compensation, nonprofit and charitable organizations, and government assistance programs all offer support. Each of these options provides a unique way to alleviate financial stress and ensure you can focus on your health. It's crucial to explore all these avenues to find the one that best fits your situation. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and financial help is out there waiting for you.